So it changes on frame 5. So we have 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is where it changes. So supposedly this should be changing, but it's not. So we're off by 1 in the export script, I'm guessing. Because this frame 5 should actually be 56. So if we're off by 1 in our export script, let's go crack that open and see what's wrong with it. Well, maybe it's as simple as this just needs to be add 1. Because Harmony doesn't use zero-based frame indices for things, because I guess they're not engineers, they're artists, right? So let's take a look. Frame 5 has got that X value change. So let's see what an import looks like. I mean, that definitely looks like it's correct now. So let's see what it looks like in the game. It looks like there's a 1 frame glitch there. So what is that 1 frame glitch from? And do we have that 1 frame glitch if we swap directions again immediately? Doesn't look like it. It's that it's looping this animation? That shouldn't be true. That's crawling, that's looping. This is not looping. I mean, what we could do is just play our crouched animation here. You know, give it something else to play. Alright, well I'm pretty satisfied with that, so I think I just need to... We'll just speed up the crouch turn time. Alright, so we can swap our directions. And give it a little bit more time. Maybe it should be 250 milliseconds for that anim. Yeah, it looks a lot smoother. I think I've got something in there for crouching if we're going too fast, then we do something, and I'm actually going to put a boolean on here for this flag. So if velocity skips crouch intro, let's set it to false to start with. Just like that. Hello, Kinto456. Working on some crouch logic. Right now we got this turnaround animation working properly. So yeah, the animations are getting a lot smoother, and can tell that. I mean, the movement is just wrong for the crouch, of course, but it's still using the movement of like running, but he's crouched. But you know, things are becoming more like what you would expect a main character in a game to actually feel like. You know, playing the correct intro anims and exits, doing cool things. So that's cool. Interesting. Sorry, just reading some message from somebody. Alright, I think I'm gonna need to take a couple minute break here. Just figure out what I'm doing next. The next thing to do is we need the actual crawling movement to work like a crawl. So we need to figure out how we're actually going to change our velocity based on what we're doing, and how that velocity works with everything else. That crouch is actually a little bit too quick. Alright, so that works. So I guess the next thing that we're going to be working on here is... Yeah, okay, so we got the turnaround working. So the next thing that we're going to want to do is customize how crawling moves. So what are we going to want the crawl to do more? We're going to want much more responsive movement. So it should not be floaty at all. We are going to want a much lower top speed. We are going to want to reset our speed when leaving crawl. Leaving the crouch crawling state. And we're probably going to need some sort of... I'm not really sure exactly what it's going to be. It's kind of funny. As soon as you put like all the transition animations and stuff like that, all of a sudden you're like, well, why doesn't he have the same transition animation when he's walking around? You know, you're like, ah, it's all nice and smooth, and then it's not nice and smooth. Does it still have a one frame glitch? Or is that texture streaming? Well, why don't we slow down the world? Get out of the way. So I guess it's just texture streaming. Oh, it looks hilarious. Well, it looks like definitely doesn't look like it's a glitch. It looks like it's texture stream. Yep. Yeah, it's going to be the texture streaming stuff. Which we can, you know, we'll basically force some of the textures to not stream, and that should fix that. Alright, so reset our speed when leaving a crouching state. So in order to reset this, we need to keep track of our movement speeds. And other states. Let's see. We need our movement object to only allow us to accelerate to our max speed. Let's see. We need to exit the crouch somehow if our speed gets too high. So like, so if we were like crawling and we were crawling down a slope and the slope got too steep and we all of a sudden started gaining too much speed, we should stop. We should stop crouching somehow. So much lower top speed, more responsive. Exit if it gets too high. What else do we need to keep track of for the speed? I think that's pretty much it. And I can't think of anything else that is coming to mind that we need to worry about for the speed stuff. It should just be something like this. I guess we should also set our wanted speed to 0 if turning around. And that should be set in the update function, not post update. Because post update should be used for these animations and all the rest. And we need to verify that the movement object actually only allows us to accelerate to our max speed or decel, etc. We need to verify that our air control only helps us move left/right. Because if we set our max speed real low, basically if we started falling, we want to be able to move ourselves left and right, but we want we don't want the quote-unquote air control to actually stop our fall or slow our fall down. It should just fall normally. Alright. Well, I think that makes sense. So I will be right back.